It's at 93 Boxing. I'm back with a quick video. Amir Khan basically explains why he is yet to fight Kell Brook. And it's Kell Brook's fault, and he explains why. Amir Khan's taken all the hard fights, and he really has. He has taken all the hard fights. He has basically, when Kell Brook was fighting these top fighters, oh damn, I really messed up saying that. Kell Brook fighting top fighters. Oh shit. When I meant to say when Amir Khan was fighting top fighters, Kell Brook was fighting journeymen's bums. Guys with damn near 200 losses. Guys with more than 100 losses. Guys with more than 50 losses. Guys with losing records. Kell Brook fought more guys with losing records than he did fight guys with winning records. And, Amir Khan basically exposes him. He basically says, back when I was fighting all these fighters, he was fighting tune-up fights. And because I worked hard, Amir Khan also wants him to work hard, go through the same thing that he went through. Because at the end of the day, all of these guys are complaining, oh, fight him then. No. Look, it's a business as well. And I don't know if you don't understand money, but if you were in a job and you worked hard, you had to go through training, qualifications, after you have to obtain different certificates, and you obtain a certain position in the company where you're promoted to maybe some sort of senior manager or something, or some sort of manager or whatever, yeah? A person comes up who's been talking shit about you maybe throughout your life, and then he doesn't do shit in there. When he got into the company, he didn't do shit. He barely has any qualifications. He is there. He occasionally did good things here and there. He did look very good here and there with his work. And all of a sudden, this guy, if he gets promoted to your level, where occasionally he did a few good things here and there, but on the whole, he just picked the weakest, the easiest projects, the easiest task, didn't do shit, always chat shit, always trying to put you down for the achievements you done. Yeah, let's say you failed, and keep in mind, let's say you occasionally failed, slipped up, but you took the hard projects, right? This guy took the easier projects, and that's why he hasn't failed, hasn't slipped up that many times. But overall, the company recognizes that you're in a higher position. If that guy is suddenly in your position, as in he's working in he promoted to the same position as you, and they're getting the same money, the same status, they're seen at the same level, damn, you'd be pissed off. You'd be very pissed off. You wouldn't want them to be there. You'd want them to go through at least half of what you went through. Get some of the qualifications, maybe get a lot, go through these hard projects, maybe take up a few hard projects, see what it's like. Let's see how he performs. He hasn't even taken the hard projects, and you'd be pissed off. And a lot of times people, I don't know if they can't visualize themselves in this situation, because I feel like I would never fight Kell Brook if I was Khan, simply because the guy doesn't deserve it. The guy's been told, Kell Brook is full of shit. Full of shit. The only fighter he's been calling out since I can remember, he recently called out Thurman because the mic was put in front of him. I mean, he was calling out Amir Khan when Khan was at 140. Damn, you are at 147. You are in one of the best weight divisions in boxing, if not the best. Even at the time, he could have called out so many different fighters. He was a mandatory for, I believe, I can't remember, the WBA title in 2010. And Frank Warren had to write a letter to the court to not arrest him, or actually it's not arrest, to not put him in community service, because Kell Brook was trying to get into the ladies' toilet in a bar, but the bar manager wouldn't let him, or at least tried their best to not let him, and Kell Brook physically assaulted him, put them chocolate brownies right in them bums. That's who he likes to fight: bar managers, cab drivers, fucking waiters and shit. And Kell Brook was going to be in community service. And Frank Warren said, no, please exempt him. He wrote a letter to the court to allow him to be exempt from this community service. But guess what? He hasn't tried to exercise his mandatory mandatory spot, so he could have get the title. But guess what? Or he could have got a shot at the title. This guy needs to go back to community service. Seriously. It's such. I mean, he probably used that as an excuse to get out of community service. This guy would never fight a top fighter. He tried to avoid Errol Spence at all cost. And people are saying, oh, if he wanted to avoid Errol Spence, he would have moved up to 154. Like, really? Who's going to fight him at 154? Miguel Cotto or Kell Brook? Kell Brook doesn't generate any big money like that in the US. Miguel Cotto is the A side. He will definitely be the A side. Why would he come to the UK? Unless he's like fucking retarded or something. Like suddenly he wakes up and half of his brain cells don't work. Then yeah. Canelo wouldn't fight him because who the fuck is Kell Brook? And Canelo got a lot of shit for even cherry picking a welterweight anyway. So that's that. And he definitely wants the Amir Khan fight because guess what? He made, and I'll make a video on this afterwards. He keeps talking shit about Amir Khan, and that's really how he got big in terms of name. He can't talk shit about no Canelo, Cotto, nothing like that, and then he's not going to get big from that. Who the fuck is Kell Brook, right? But Amir Khan's from the UK. Kell Brook's from the UK. They both had him in the ringside. They're not gonna have Kell Brook and Miguel Cotto in ringside or shit like that. Miguel Cotto's levels above this guy in terms of popularity, in terms of fucking achievements and shit. There's levels to this shit, man. And Kell Brook's just gonna try and have the easy way out, but guess what? He can't because he's a high risk, low reward fighter for Miguel Cotto, for Canelo. Canelo will beat the shit out of him still. But maybe Cotto won't be able to beat him. But let's see. Kell Brook definitely wants the Amir Khan fight. It's a fight where he ran his mouth and built his name up to a point where this fight is big in the UK now. Really, he's full of shit. And he wants to use the title. He wants to have the title. Remember, he was trying to say that he can't fight. Like, he was pretending like he couldn't fight for the eye injury. But as he was getting extensions for his eye injury, he was trying to negotiate a fight with Amir Khan. So how the fuck you can't fight for the eye injury? Because, you know, when you're trying to get an extension, what that means is I'm trying to let myself heal. So when I feel better, I will get back into fighting. But he was still trying to negotiate a fight with Amir Khan, which seems crazy, like. Because you know why? He wants to use that title as a leverage for him to get the Khan fight. And as not necessarily get the Khan fight, but also like obtain a good amount of money. He was trying to say he deserves 50-50 because he's a world champion. But the thing is, he'll be stripped of his title when he takes the fight. He'll be stripped off the title. Look, and also without a title, Kell Brook is nothing. Like, what has he got without a title? Any good fights? How many? Oh, Sean Porter, Golovkin. That's all you can name, man. That's all you can say. And, yeah, man, Amir Khan really exposed him. He basically said that I want Kell Brook to do what, go through the hard way, even if he loses. And I've been trying to tell people this. Kell Brook hasn't done shit. He just, there's one way to make your name big, which is to fight big names, fight tough fights, and, soon you will get recognized. Kell Brook, on the other hand, all he did, and it's a smart move from him, was fight bums and talk shit about another big name. Kell Brook was saying all this shit. Who's this Spencer character? All of a sudden, he was pretending like no one knows Errol Spence, but now he looks like Errol Spence sold out the whole arena, right? I can't remember if they sold out the whole arena or they sold a lot of tickets in the first day. It doesn't even fucking matter. Errol Spence is a big name now. Not the biggest name, he's a big enough name. Who's this Spencer character? Who's Frankie Gavin? Who's your no Dan? You had no problem fighting Kevin Bizier. You fought bums after bums, no problem then when they were mandatories. All of a sudden, Errol Spence came up. Oh, I'm trying to negotiate a fight with Pacquiao. Oh, I'm trying to negotiate a fight with Amir Khan. Oh, this and that. You were a mandatory. I believe Timothy Bradley owned that title back in the day in 2010 Why did you not try to call out and make the fight with Timothy Bradley? You were the mandatory, or whoever it was. It was a name. It was a world title. It was a world title holder. You could have made try to make a fight with them, but no, you're all of a sudden trying to make a fight with these fighters who are basically, yeah, they're good fighters, but at the same time, it's just a higher risk, like a higher reward. Like, it's a risk and reward thing that Kell Brook's playing with, which is understandable, but at the same time, all these fighters are taking fights where it's somewhat higher risk, low reward. They're all taking it to a certain point, and Kell Brook is not. He's never taken a fight that's higher risk and not as much reward. And fighters sometimes get criticism for not looking too good against these fighters who are not expected to look good. Like Keith Thurman was expected, like Luis Collazo was not expected to look good against Keith Thurman, and he did look a bit better than what people thought. So people thought Keith Thurman got exposed. Keith Thurman took a Luis Collazo fight. That's a high risk, low reward fight. Amir Khan took fights like that. Danny Garcia was a high risk, low reward fight. He was a world champion still. Dropped Derek Morales, who Marcus Maidana couldn't drop him, and Amir Khan fought him. Lamont Peterson was a high risk, low reward fight. Kell Brook is yet to fight, and Errol Spence is the first one, and this is exactly why Kell Brook has, been being a pussy about this Errol Spence situation. I'm SR93 Boxing. I'm out.